You may remember Stephanie Gomez, a homeless woman I met last week. Living on the streets of Portland's Old Town neighborhood, she was 9 months pregnant and addicted to fentanyl. Stephanie told me she became homeless after losing everything in a divorce. Once on the streets, she turned to fentanyl. She said she'd been out there for about a year and a half. Getting pregnant was not planned.
I'm not really worried about it. It seems like a lot of people that have delivered with fentanyl seem to be okay. Their kids seem to be okay. There's been quite a few pregnancies out here, but everyone else is taking it pretty well. There's been a lot of people having babies and going to rehabs and things like that. So
do you think this will be kind of the turning moment for you?
Possibly, yeah.
On that day I met Stephanie, volunteer outreach workers were trying to get her into a program called Project Nurture, a group helping pregnant women struggling with addiction. Stephanie had a hard time deciding if she wanted to go.
I feel just overwhelmed right now. I don't necessarily want to go and deal or just, I don't know.
So this past Sunday, Stephanie gave birth to a baby boy in the hospital, her 5th child. Many of you who saw the story last week wrote into us, including her family. They didn't know Stephanie was alive until they saw her on TV. They spent the weekend searching for her in Old Town. They were able to reunite at the hospital. I'm told today she's still at the hospital and doing well. I'm told the baby had some breathing issues at first and has been getting care in the NICU. But her story highlights a vulnerable side of homelessness, a side we don't often hear or know about. Pregnant women struggling with addiction. I've been told by many women on the streets how dangerous it is for them in regards to things like sexual assault and how sexual favors are often traded for drugs. But there are resources for these women in Portland.
We do have women who are pregnant and or parenting seeking care pretty often.
We probably see a pregnant woman in withdrawal management weekly.
Okay, those 2 women work at Fora Health in Southeast, one of the city's 2 large-scale residential treatment and withdrawal management centers. Pregnant women struggling with addiction are pushed to the top of their wait list, almost always guaranteed a bed. Women like Taylor Tuttle. She's a new mom, now 1 year clean after staying at Fora for 90 days last year.
I came in here when I was about 3 months pregnant with her. I think it helped me stick with it, for sure. I think that it was easier for me to get through it because I had a definitive reason. It was on my body every day. So it's yeah, this is kind of really important.
Well, Fora Health recently partnered with Project Nurture to try and help women like Taylor keep custody of their children. Through that partnership, every week the women meet with a doula and a peer mentor, someone with similar lived experience.
So the hope is that they come into the hospital and are able to keep their baby with them. But yeah, there's obviously health risks associated with that, safety risks, and that's why we're just so committed to making sure they get the help they need so that it doesn't come to that point.
Now, it's no secret, there's a lot of stigma around homeless pregnant women living with addiction. They can face a lot of judgment, which can stop them from asking for help, which is dangerous because this type of medical attention can be life-saving for both the mother and child.
When you look at substance use, across the board that marginalizes a community when you have substance use disorder. Well, then we add in a layer that you're a woman, that further marginalizes you, and then you're a pregnant woman. Well, that really isolates you if you have substance use disorders of any kind, because that's when judgment really kicks in. For some reason, our society has decided that we have the right to opinion over somebody's pregnancy, and that makes women fearful of seeking care.
I think a lot of people don't think that we'll get to a point where they don't think people care about them anymore. And if you think people don't care about me, then what's the reason to get better?
Do you think she saved your life?
Yeah, 100%. I don't think I would have kept with anything without having my baby, for sure. I think what it boils down to is that people identify with that problem a lot, but what happens is you have to just completely destroy the identity that for me, it was easy because I went from alcoholic to mom.
It's amazing. Taylor has grown and changed and transformed. One of the things she said to me when she got here, she said, Meredith, do you remember when I first got here and I wasn't sure I'd know how to be a mom and you told me I'd figure it out? She told me I figured it out.
Okay, but Taylor's story is not the case for so many other women living on Portland streets. Again, take Stephanie, who we talked about earlier, as just one example. Well, here's the message those at Fora Health have for those who are homeless and using while pregnant.
I would say just get connected with some kind of support. If you aren't feeling ready to stop using substances, you can still seek help from Project Nurture, and they'll still and Fora Health, and we'll still serve you and wrap you with the support you need. The end goal isn't always sobriety. Sometimes it can just be connection, community, unconditional love from your providers, right? So I just tell the women who are struggling with whether or not to come into care, just get connected with someone.
It's all here if you want it. Like, it's everything you could want is here. And there's so many people who don't have that or know that.